Okay, so let's begin. Um, I'm Maurice Jackson. I'm delighted to have you join me today here on Proven Improbable. Uh, and I'm also honored, as I referenced just a minute ago, to have for you to allow me to be a part of your evening tonight. And I hope that you have your family members with you as well, because I hope that the information I convey today is not just a benefit to you, but to your family as well. A couple of housekeeping notes, and I hate to have to say it, and let's see here, Henry. Always a pleasure, Maurice, and thank you. Okay, a couple of housekeeping notes. I take it for granted that everyone knows our website. You're a subscriber to the YouTube channel, but some of you may not be subscribers to the website. So I encourage you. Number one, I already placed it there in the chat box, but our website is Proven and Probable. Subscription is free. You can't beat the price, okay? It's free. Just put your email in and let us know if you are accredited. If you're an accredited investor, I implore you, check that box off, give me a call, because we have a number of finance opportunities that we are participating in that may be of interest to you. No guarantees on anything, but these are opportunities, unfortunately, that are for accredited investors only, and they're finance opportunities that we are participating in that we believe merit your attention. If you would give me a call after this chat, or schedule a call with me and we can discuss them further. And the second thing I'd like to share with you is when you're on our website, you will notice on the right column, there's a banner, and it's for the Rule Symposium. If you have not registered there, then again, click the button and there you are. Now, some people have shared with me that they are attending the symposium, and I'm aware of who has and has not registered under our link. We were actually the first people or company to advertise for the Rural Symposium, because I made the banners for the Rural Symposium. So I was the first one. So we've been putting it on social media. We've had it on our website. If you've registered through someone else, okay. But if you have not registered, please register on our website. It's very simple to do, and it's in Boca Raton, Florida, July 7th through the 11th of July. So it's great times. If you've been there before, you know to dress in some cool attire, because it's going to be hot. Gorgeous weather, but a little bit warm if you're dressed up in a suit and tie. The next thing I want to share with you is I've received a number of inquiries about what is going on with the YouTube channel. There's two things that are going on with the YouTube channel, and I'm going to bite the hand that feeds me, but YouTube has done a disservice to us. And so allow me to explain what has occurred. YouTube, and I have to word it correctly because they'll slap me in my hand again, but YouTube, during the moments when people were wearing a mask a couple years ago, they didn't like some of the comments that I had during interviews with just a select few people, because most of our content, I'm interviewing a CEO, or I'm sharing with you a bullion proposition. But occasionally I'll have other guest speakers on, and they discussed that subject matter and they didn't like it. So what they did is they blocked those videos and just basically they deleted them. What we did recently, about a month ago, is we took all of our YouTube videos and we added them to YouTube. Now has a podcast format. So they take the RSS feed, which is an MP3, and they took it and re-uploaded all of our videos. Unbeknownst to us, they put a brand new date, meaning it was released that day, whereas the video content was from our very first video in 2015 to today. And so there's a lot of ambiguity and confusion, like, hey, why is this old video coming up? But here's the caveat to all this. The content that was blocked, they re-uploaded it and slapped me on my hands again and almost barred me from uploading a video for 90 days. Now we're talking about a subject matter that isn't even on the news anymore, but we've been fighting some battles with YouTube regarding this, and it's really unfortunate. And you cannot speak to a live person, so you can't get them to recognize, hey, wait a minute, I didn't know that you're going to upload this video that you already blocked into an RSS feed, MP3 video. And so there you have it. So that's kind of stopped us from being visible with the number of video content that we've wanted to bring out to you. And we plan to get back behind the desk and get some videos out to you, because there's a lot of value propositions that we want to convey to you out there. Now, the next one is, I've covered this many times, but I know that our channel is growing and there are a number of sources out there, I believe, in the natural resource. And let me keep this very specific right now to precious metals. There are some very reputable names that have your best interests at heart in this precious metal space, that other YouTube channels or not necessarily a YouTube channel, maybe a guest that's on frequent channels, but they don't have necessarily a YouTube channel themselves. And their message is good, but in my opinion, they conflate words. And when you conflate words, I've said this before, it causes confusion. And if you've heard this before, forgive me, but it is so important, because this narrative keeps getting pushed out there. I see it frequently on social media and no one corrects it. And when I do attempt to correct it, the person trying to refute me is still misusing the financial terms. So here's what I'm referring to. How many videos have you watched where they say that the dollar is going to crash or that the dollar is going to go to zero? If you have an opportunity, the next time you're watching another program, stop them and ask the following question. What is the definition of a dollar? Because, ladies and gentlemen, this is not the definition of a dollar. This is a Federal Reserve note. A dollar is 371.25 grains of silver. Now, I'm holding up a silver eagle. By the way, a silver eagle, it is not a dollar. This is 480 grains of silver. But the legal definition of a dollar is 371.25 grains of silver. So silver has never gone to zero, and a dollar is silver. So again, a conflation of words. We hear that this, which is 75% cotton and 25% linen, everyone calls it by the name on the bottom, but it should be the name on the top. It's a Federal Reserve note. If you want, I can provide you the number to the Bureau of Engraving and Printing. You can call them. You can ask yourself. By the way, I'm just going to let you know, when you do call them, have a cup of coffee, you will be on hold. You will be transferred. You will be disconnected, but they will not answer two questions. Number one, what is the definition of a dollar? And number two, they will not answer, why is the word money not printed on our currency? Because money is minted, and this is the answer. Money is minted and currency is printed. The dollar will never go to zero. Federal Reserve note, absolutely can. I believe it will. It's certainly on its way. If it's not going to go to zero, it's on its way. By the way, many people aren't aware of this as well. The United States is on its third currency. When the country was founded, we were on the Continental. Then we transitioned to the greenbacks. Those currencies are collector's items, but they've gone to zero. They are currencies that are no longer used in the United States. And this guy is on its way. But gold and silver are the most trusted financial instruments. So when I hear that the dollar is going to go to zero, or when you hear the dollar is going to go to zero, I implore you, I'm stressing the word implore. Ask the question, number one, what is a dollar? And if you're stating this is a dollar, then what is 371.25 grains of silver? Because the 1792 Coinage Act has never, key word here, never been repealed. It is a constant. This is a variable. So again, the most trusted financial instruments are precious metals. They don't go to zero, but currencies do. And another conflation we hear is that the price of gold or silver is going up. In actuality, it's not. Your currency is going down. It takes more of these currency units to purchase goods. And let's go back to the definition of a dollar. Should you happen to have a Morgan or Peace dollar, which is the definition of a dollar, again, I have a silver eagle here. But if you have the definition of a dollar, you'll notice in your hand, we sell them at Miles Franklin, by the way. But if you go and look at the reverse of the coin, it's going to say $1. And this states $1. The question to ask is, why does it take 40 of these to purchase a Morgan or a peace dollar? Because they are not synonyms. They are not synonyms. But if you had 4 quarters, you trade them easily for someone who had a Federal Reserve note. But when it comes to a dollar, it takes 40. So anyone who has a dollar, they naturally, if you owned a Morgan or a peace dollar, you would not exchange it one for one with me with this. Now we realize the importance of words. And just imagine if your family had saved dollars versus Federal Reserve notes over the last 40 years. The answer is pretty simple. Whatever that number is on the face value, multiply it times 40. Because again, it takes 40 of these. If this was a Morgan dollar, it would take it takes 40 of these to purchase one of these. So the importance and the prudence of owning money and moving away from currency is paramount to your. My goal is that you become a financial steward for your family. And the way to do that is to break paradigms, to shift away from your comfort zone of what you've been told through the world of academia, religious institutions, family members. Their intentions may have been very well for you, but you never get judged on your intentions. You get judged on your results. And I want your results to be the optimum for you and your family. You deserve it. You work hard. Okay. A couple of questions I've received, well, not a couple, a number of questions I've received here. And by the way, if you have any questions, forward them through here. I'll do my very best to answer them. Is the allocation of a precious metals portfolio. I've been very clear on this position, and I stick with this position. If I were to purchase precious metals today, I can't provide financial advice, but I can tell you as a licensed representative for Miles Franklin Precious Metals Investments that I have an obligation to be a good steward to you, and I would share with you what I'm doing. Now, that's for you to determine if you want to do that, but ultimately, my goal, of course, is always to do what's best for you. Because if I do what's best for you, then I'm doing what's best for me. It's a very simple equation. Gold is the ultimate. I favor platinum, but gold is the ultimate metal. Why are you buying gold right now? The answer is yes and no. If I do not own any gold right now, absolutely, I would procure gold. My allocation in gold, I don't want it to go higher than 15%. And the reason is very simple. It's because of the ratios. We'll get into that in just a second. But I want to own 15% gold. I want to own 40% silver and 45% platinum. Platinum, again, is my favorite metal. And let's go back again. I forgot to mention this. Let's talk about the buying psychology right now. Gold is at an all-time high, or has been recently. And the last couple of times we've corresponded, it was right when gold hit a new all-time high. And I shared then, don't buy gold. And I'm glad that many of you didn't. But occasionally some of you still come back and I want gold. I got to have it. That's completely fine. We're here to accommodate you. But recently, in the past 45 days, what I found interesting, and you've heard this and noticed this, I'm sure as well, is that the buying for gold has not been there. Premiums are an all-time low. We recently had 1 ounce gold kangaroos 59 over spot. I've never seen that. Never seen that. Did have a couple of instances where some people contacted us and they didn't go through on it, but they were inquiring, hey, if I wanted to sell some gold, how much am I getting? And right now, you're actually getting below the spot price of gold. And the answer is very simple. The spot price is determined by the markets. And I mean, I'm talking about, markets outside of you and I, our purchases as individuals. So it's done more on the institution side. Premiums are determined again, which is the most important factor probably when you're buying precious metals. The premiums are what everyone overlooks. So the premiums are when you and I buy and what's available in the warehouses. So gold is kind of sitting there on the retail side, and so there's not a demand for it. So wholesalers are not really interested in buying your gold. Conversely, what is selling, it is silver and it is platinum and some palladium. Palladium buying is probably third. It is third. Gold is fourth, and no rhodium, of course. So rhodium fifth, gold fourth, palladium is third, platinum is second, and silver is first. That's the buying order right now that I'm seeing. But if you're in it to really win it and you're a first time buyer, if you notice I shared 45% of my allocation is in platinum. 99% of all physical precious metal sales, they are gold and silver. Your opportunity to exceed your peers in this space is to own platinum and palladium. And the premiums right now for platinum are pretty low. I mean, you could get a Valcombi 79 over spot, a 1 ounce Valcombi. We do have 10th ounce, and that's actually my favorite purchase. If I have an opportunity to purchase a 1 ounce of platinum, I'm going to go with 10 1/10 because I love divisibility. And we have the Britannias, the platinum Britannias right now, probably going for 129 over spot, if my memory serves me correct, 129.98, maybe lower than that right now. I have to go check, but that's where the buying is right now. And if you have satisfied that 15% allocation in gold and you want more exposure to gold, then I would share with you, look at the gold resource stocks, meaning number one, the royalty companies, mining companies, and then the exploration and project generator companies, that in any order, well, royalties first, but that's where I would focus my attention. So I'm not here just to sell my book because I sell precious metals. No, I'm here to let you know that if you've satisfied your gold position, then definitely take a look at the gold royalty companies first. My preference, I'm consistent, EMX royalty, and their ticker symbol is EMX, both on the TSX and on the the New York Stock Exchange first. And I would purchase, by the way, EMX on the New York Stock Exchange. That's where most of the volume is, not on the TSXV. All right. Now I referenced ratios here. If I ran some numbers here just prior to coming on this call. The ratio suggests right now that we have the Dow Gold ratios at 16.93. That means that if you had the opportunity to buy the Dow or real estate or gold, the Dow and gold is overpriced relative to gold. If the answer is below 5, that's when I'm selling some gold and I'm getting into general equities and I'm getting into real estate. So the place to be is not where the generals are. It is to be in this space. But then when you look at this space in general, and you look at the gold silver ratio, what's the best metal to buy between gold and silver? The answer is silver, because the answer is 82. If the answer is between 45 and 54, then it's time to take some silver and get gold. Again, if you're above that 15% ratio of gold in your portfolio, here's your time to sell some gold. It's okay that you may be getting slightly below the spot price, but you've already got the appreciation from the spot price itself. Sell gold, transition into silver and or platinum. And again, if you were to do platinum, you can take 1 ounce of gold, and get 2.365 ounces basically of platinum. So the opportunities are there for you. You have to be willing to, David says you like EMX a lot. I do too. Great company, great stewards of capital, business acumen, geological acumen, second to none. So this is where you take that opportunity to use the ratios to your advantage, and the premiums will work out for you. But the spot prices are giving you a sale. Just move from one metal to another. That's how we were able to be so successful with the call on rhodium. And then when we were successful with the call on rhodium, we didn't sell the rhodium for a Federal Reserve note. We traded in for monster boxes of silver and ounces of platinum, and our portfolio grew because when in 2021, when rhodium went to 29,000, what basically occurred is that the investment grew from $890 to 29,000. It's a 14-fold return. Remember, precious metals are a savings account for us. So it's not the get rich quick. It's a savings account. So the savings account grew 14-fold. Not bad. You know, you hear companies or banks right now giving you a 5% rate of return. I'll take 1,400 over 5% all day. Okay. And again, if you have any questions, please bring them in. The next part I want to segue into is let's return back to the natural resource space, and again, gold, but not just gold. You look at silver, you look at platinum. There are a number of companies that are exploring for or have royalties or are mining for these said metals. Number one, always own the underlying asset, which is the physical precious metal. And once you've satisfied that position and you want to speculate, the get rich quick, in my opinion, it's not financial advice. This is where you go look at said names that are definitely, and I'm biased to them because they pay me, but I'm biased to them because I'm also a shareholder. I'm a fervent believer in them. Our sponsors, go to our website, Proven and Probable. Our sponsors are there. We believe in them. We've vetted them. Does it guarantee success? No, it does not. But the confidence level is high because they've checked off the boxes for us. We've called a number of names to verify, hey, is there someone in this team that may be a hindrance to the performance of the stock should it proceed to grow and they have success? Is there someone on that board of directors that's going to jump ship and sell stocks and punish us, the retail shareholders? We do that due diligence on your behalf. It's not a paid service. Again, our website is free. So if you have any questions, please forward them. David, you're driving, you like EMX, that's great. And I realized as well that I conducted this short notice, but I wanted to have an opportunity to reach out to you. It's been a while since I spoke to you. And again, part of it was because of the challenges we were having with YouTube. Very frustrating. We pray that it's over because it's nonsense, some of the games that they play. But I also want to share, we're also on Rumble. And if you're not aware, yes, we've been on MP3. We were voted number 3 mining podcast in the world last year. And I disagree. I think we're number 1, but we're out there. So look up our work, share our work. We depend on you. You know, we're a website and a channel for you, dedicated to you. And if you like our services and you feel that we deserve it, please share our work. Again, the phone number is going to be 855-505-1900. If you are not a client, shame on you, but give me a call. Let's talk about your first purchase with us through Miles Franklin Precious Metals Investments. And again, the website is provenandprobable.com. Till next time, this is Maurice Jackson, wishing you and your family the absolute best.